Red alert, red alert. At the time of me uploading this video, we officially have around 24 hours until Season of Dawn ends and Season of the Worthy begins. So if you're like me and you slow down severely on playing Destiny 2 toward the end of seasons due to either burnout or just playing other games waiting for new content, then you might want to know how you can get ready for the new season last minute. So that's exactly what I, Papa myfi, am going to be telling you in this video. But before we do get started, if you're new and only if you enjoy the videos, then be sure to subscribe. Also, I will be live streaming tonight, prepping for the new season over on twitch.tv/myfi with an underscore at the end. So if you want to come out and tell me how ugly I am, then by all means. Okay, plugs done, let's go. So first up, you're going to want to save bounties. Surprise, surprise. We all know that saving bounties going into the new season / DLC has been around since, well, Destiny came out. For all you new players out there that don't know what I mean when I say save bounties, well, let me explain. If you go out right now and pick up, let's say, a Vanguard weekly bounty from our bald friend Zavala, and you complete that bounty but you don't turn it in, well, come tomorrow when the new season comes out, that bounty you completed will still be there. And at that point, you can turn it in and claim the XP. Now, if you do this with, let's say, just one bounty, well, it's not really going to make that much of a difference. But if you save 40 bounties, each worth around 10,000 XP, well, now as soon as the new season starts, you turn those bounties in, and when you look at that, you just got 400,000 XP at the start of the season, which is going to rank up your season pass and artifact like crazy. You get what I'm saying? Okay, good. Now, what are the bounties that you should be saving? Because not all bounties reward the same XP. The bounties you are going to want to get first are the Lectern weekly bounties, Zavala weekly bounties, Shaxx weekly bounties, and Banshee weekly bounties, as all these bounties will reward 12,000 XP, meaning without any extra XP boost, you can get a grand total of, let's see here, 8 bounties times 12, come on myfi, big brain time, 96,000 XP just from the weeklies alone. Now, we aren't stopping there. If you now start doing daily bounties from pretty much any source like Eris, the Lectern, Destinations, Vanguard, Crucible, and so on, well, all these bounties are going to give you 6,000 XP per bounty. Now, the problem some of you all might start running into, especially if you all are new players, is the fact that you can't hold that many bounties. And if you find yourself in this situation, then go ahead and take a look at your quest. If you don't know, your quest and your bounties have shared inventory space. What this means is that if you can't pick up any more bounties, but then you go over and abandon one quest, well, you'll see that now you can hold one more bounty. So for all you new players that have a ton of quests backed up, you might want to start abandoning some of those quests that you have zero progress on to make room for more bounties leading into the new season. Don't worry, those quests that you abandon, you can just pick them back up later. And the reason I said to abandon the ones you have zero progress on is because you don't want to go out here and abandon a quest that you're 99% done with, okay? Pick the ones you have no progress on, so you're not losing anything. Now, next up is going to be get rid of your fractaling. Hold up, all right? Hold on there, little Jimmy. I don't mean just delete it, okay? Don't do that. I mean, use it to finish getting the rest of the God Roll Obelisk weapons you are still missing, while at the same time stocking up on legendary shards. If you don't yet know how to use your fractaling to auto-complete obelisk weapon bounties, well, I made a video on it, so you can check that out. Top right hand corner, there should be a little eye thing that'll pop up. You can click that. It'll tell you everything you need to know. Now, you might run into the problem of you running out of glimmer to buy these bounties. They're 3,000 glimmer each, so you're eventually going to go broke on them. Well, right now, at the time of me recording this, Spider has got you covered. You can go to Spider right now and buy Dusk Light shards for legendary shards, then turn around and buy Glimmer for Dusk Light shards. And don't worry about your legendary shard stock, as you will gain it all back and more. Like, you literally end up getting more in the long run by dismantling all the bad rolled weapons you receive from the obelisk weapon bounties. Now, speaking of Glimmer, I think it goes without saying to use Spider right now to stock up on Glimmer and other materials before Season of the Worthy begins. This means whatever material he is selling, stock up on it, while at the same time maxing out your Glimmer to 250,000. Do not buy enhancement cores cores though, as you will end up getting a lot of those by, like I said earlier, dismantling the bad rolled weapons from the obelisk weapon bounties. Now, if you have all the god rolls from the obelisk weapon bounties, which I did make a video on what god roll obelisk weapons you're gonna want going into the new season, and you have a ton of fractaline and you just don't feel like spending glimmer and going back and forth from spider, but you still want to get legendary shards and enhancement cores, then go on over to the Tangled Shore obelisk. Okay, all right, I'm gonna be honest, you don't actually have to do it at the Tangled Shore obelisk, but you know, Tangled Shore gang. So yeah, and you start dumping your fractaline in there, you will get legendary armor and weapons for every rank up, which then those legendary armor and weapons can be dismantled for those sweet materials. Now, next up is going to be something I know I need to do, and I am positive some of you all need to do as well, and that is organizing your vault. Okay, I am joking. That was a terrible joke. That would be like hours on hours for me to organize that thing. It is a mess. What I actually mean is go into your vault and start pulling out those really good stat armor pieces that you threw in there due to them not being void the affinity you were looking for. As many of you know, this season you are going to be able to change the affinity on armor pieces. The only catch is whatever materials you put into that armor upgrading it, you will have to spend the same amount of materials to change the affinity. So for example, let's say you took a piece of armor from 1 energy to 10 energy and masterworked it. Well, all the legendary shards, enhancement cores, enhancement prisms, and even that sweet golf ball you spent to masterwork it, well, guess what? It's going to cost you all those materials again to change the affinity. What this means is that if you have a solar affinity chest piece that you haven't upgraded at all and it has really good stats, but you want it to be a void affinity, then don't bother upgrading it right now, as come next season, you can just change the affinity at a low cost because you didn't upgrade it, and then at that point, then you can start upgrading it and it'll save you a ton of materials. Now, speaking of those in-game materials like enhancement prisms and ascendant shards, well, you're gonna want some of them too. And guess what? Right now, we have a Ordeal Nightfall that is stupidly easy to blitz through on master difficulty, making getting your hands on those materials cake. Go out, find a team, and start tearing through the ordeal. If you don't have a team or you can't find one, then go ahead and join my Discord. We have over 800 members, and you can definitely find someone willing to help you out no matter what platform you're on. Link in the description for my Discord if you want to check that out. Find a team, y'all group up, do it, okay? Do it now. Seriously, this Nightfall ordeal is stupidly easy, and it's going to net you like so many Ascendant Shards, Ascendant Prisms, all that good stuff. Now, speaking of in-game materials, let's talk about in-game armor, okay? This is the last thing we're going to talk about. Now, the reason I mention this is because Bungie has confirmed that with Season of the Worthy, all armor and seasonal mods from Shadowkeep and onward are going to be cross-compatible with each other. Thank God. I was so tired of getting a complete new armor set just to use the mods. Honestly, that's why I really didn't use Charge with Light mods, because I didn't feel like having to go out and get an entirely new armor set. So thank you, Bungie, thank you. What this means is that if you have new Season of the Worthy mods and you have some good stat armor from, let's say, Garden of Salvation, well, guess what? They're gonna work with one another. So going out and getting 1 or 2 final Garden of Salvation runs in before the new season is actually a really good idea, especially if it's on a character that you've been neglecting this season, like my Hunter. Haven't really played on it that much. I'm gonna run some Garden of Salvation tonight just to, you know, try to get a few extra pieces of armor, knowing that when I go into the new season, I'm gonna have armor that's gonna be able to equip those mods. Now I need something from you. That's right, you. What have you all been doing to prep for Season of the Worthy? I want you to put it in the comment section below, as you might be doing something that I didn't mention and that could help someone else out. I want you to flex how prepared you are for the new season in the comment section. Let me know. Rest of the video is going to be me running through the Nightfall ordeal like I mentioned earlier. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to drop a like, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.
Joki got the sauce, bitch.